guys, it's Macy here. Thanks for clicking into the Nacho Cookie Cutter. Today we're going to bake up some sandwich bread. Anyone can throw together a mean sandwich, but for ultimate bragging rights, try out this fresh bread. It's light and flavorful with a thin, flaky crust. I really think you'll enjoy it. So let's get started. We're going to start off with 1 cup of whole milk heated between 100 and 110 degrees Fahrenheit. Don't scald the milk. It's going to change the flavor of your bread. Add 1.5 tablespoons of honey right after it comes out of the microwave. This is going to help that honey dissolve. We check our temp. We got a nice 106 degrees Fahrenheit, just perfect. Now we're going to add 2 teaspoons of yeast. Because we're using milk instead of water here, you'll see some clumps, but don't let that scare you. The most important ingredient in this recipe is going to be patience, and we're going to give it plenty of time to incorporate. Ten minutes later, voila, that yeast is dissolved and is ready to be mixed up. Here I just stirred in the yeast, and then I realized I was going to have one ugly biscuit if I didn't get a bigger bowl. Our next ingredient coming up is 2 tablespoons of wheat gluten. Now this can be found online or in some of your grocery stores, usually located where the flour is, and it comes in a box or like a cardboard can. This is optional and it can be replaced with flour, but texturally it really gives something to this bread. Next up is 3/4 a cup of bread flour. Now when you mix this, you're looking for the consistency of a thick pancake batter. After we've let the mixture rise for about 10 minutes, now we're going to add in a cup of bread flour, 2 teaspoons of salt, and 1.5 tablespoons of melted salted butter. Don't put that butter in there too hot because you're going to kill your yeast if you do. Now we're going to transfer the mixture onto a surface to start working in that flour. Now we're just going to incorporate the flour here. We're not trying to knead the dough. After we got that flour worked in, we're going to put it over in the mixer with the dough hooks, low speed, about 5 to 10 minutes. At this stage, we're going to add in the last of our flour, a little at a time until the dough can hold shape and it's just slightly sticky. I added about 1/4 cup in total at this point. Our 10 minutes are up. We're just going to turn off the mixer, cover it, and let it rise for about 30 minutes. After the 30 minutes is up, we're going to give it a little test. Everything looks good. Mixer's back on for another 10 minutes. 10 minutes is up. Everything's looking good. The dough's got a nice stretch to it. Everything's incorporated. Back to the counter for some anger management. Here you want to get out the air bubbles. You can just run a rolling pin over it a couple of times if you want to, but hey, where's the fun in that? We're going to grease the pan, set that to the side, grease our hands lightly, and start to form the loaf. If you're not used to working with dough, don't worry. Everything's going to turn out great in the end after it rises. Just don't smash it down in the pan. We're not trying to make a pita. That's going to be another video. We've been rising for 30 minutes and now it's oven time. 350 degrees Fahrenheit for 30 minutes. Out of the oven, and what we need to do here is just let this thing cool down completely before we start slicing it. Now, if you can't help yourself and you just got to cut an end piece off, that's fine. Just don't smash it up too bad. I know warm bread is great. What I recommend here is an electric knife for slicing. You can pick one up for about $14. The guides are pretty nice, but if you're going to do this a lot, don't waste your money. You're going to be like a ninja after about 3 loaves. And that's it. Fresh, homemade sandwich bread. Don't forget to subscribe for future recipes. Post below, let me know how your bread came out and what recipes you might want to see in the future. This has been Nacho Cookie Cutter, and thanks for watching. And remember, be the director of your dish.